Hey guys, this is What If here, and welcome to another NASCAR review. I haven't done them in quite a while, but I thought I should talk about Dover. I made a poll on Twitter. It's like, hey, do you want to see more race reviews? And if people said yes with the camera on, and most people did, so I was like, okay, I'll give my thoughts. I don't know what people find my opinion so fascinating, but I might as well give my thoughts. Not a whole lot to say about this weekend, honestly. I mean, there was 3 races in the main, NASCAR 3 series, and trucks watched all of that, and from what I saw, it was a pretty solid race. Probably not one of the absolute best truck races, but it was a very solid one. I would probably give it like a solid, maybe I would give it a 7 or 8 out of 10 there. It was a solid race, nothing to bitch or complain about. It was not the best truck race, but it was very solid. So Johnny Sauter won, so good job, Johnny. Really wanted Ryan Truex to win, and I really wish Brett Moffitt would get a truck ride because Red Horse died. So that's very sad because I actually like Brett Moffitt, because people don't understand that Brett Moffitt in 2013 or 14 or I don't know what year, but it was at Atlanta, and he was in the 55 car, and he finished 8th at Atlanta, and that's a track where the track eats tires up like crazy, and it takes driver skill and everything to be good, and he finished in the top 10 there in the 55, which normally has not been very solid in many freaking years. So that speaks a lot, at least about his talent per se. And then the truck series last season at Michigan, he just won, just magically. And this season has been a complete roller coaster of mixed bags of shit happening that's out of his control. And I just feel bad because I do think he's underrated, and I really do think he deserves some kind of ride. So it's really sad. Even Timothy Peters, I should feel more upset for Timothy Peters. He actually has multiple wins and is good in that series for many years now. I don't think there's been a year, as far as I can remember, where he was just completely like outside top 10 or anything. He's been consistently solid all of these years. So I feel so bad for those two. So I don't know, but truck race was alright. Now we get to Xfinity. I got really nothing to say. I saw a little bit of it. It was a couple each circle jerk, like always. I think that's what Kamikaze Game says, but that's basically what it was. Kyle Larson won, so I mean, I like Kyle Larson, but he doesn't need to be in the series when he's a proven, talented racer. So I don't know. I could bitch about that I used to kind of think when I was first doing these, like, hey, I should do a review for all 3 series, and it's like, it would kind of get repetitive because the truck race would always be like, oh, this is kind of, it's a good race or a mediocre race. It never gets to like the bottom of the barrel shit tier. Xfinity would always be the same shit, like, oh, couple each circle jerk, I don't like it, the end. So I mean, that's kind of what it kind of gets to now. So the Cup race, I saw maybe about half of it. I woke up there in the middle of it, and from what I saw and from what other people were saying about the race before the halfway point, it seemed to be a rather good race, and I'm glad to hear that, because Dover has been a complete up and down racetrack where there could be really good races and really fucking boring ass races. So this was surprisingly in the middle. It was not as good as like 2016 spring Dover race, but it was within that Richter scale of quality. I don't know, but it was a solid, and from what I saw, it was pretty good. But like anything, we need to have it close out reasonably. We need to have it close out so it gives us this lasting impression. Hey, this was an okay race, and no, we don't get that here, because there was a caution, a legitimate caution, not a bullshit one or anything like that. A legitimate caution. Kyle Larson had in the bag, completely just outdrove Jimmy near that end of that race, and I'm just like, Kyle Larson just destroying Jimmy, who's won here 10 times. Kyle Larson, you're a badass. But when it comes to restarts and the last bit of the race, he is the ultimate choking monster I've ever seen. Like, this is like Jeff Gordon restarting amplified times 10. It's, oh my god. And I guess there's the argument that the speedy dry and stuff that he ran over twice might have spun his tires, and when you saw all the drivers exit two, a lot of drivers were loose, and that's what caused the wreck. I think it could be that, and also the tire rubber that happens because the track's concrete. I'm assuming it's both. I'm gonna lean more towards the speedy dry because it didn't seem like it was cleaned whatsoever off the track, and I'm gonna lean more towards that, like maybe 75% of that and 25 the other way. So, and this wouldn't be an issue if this was like back in 2014 when they wrecked. With 2 to go, because then they would just have a restart, do 3, they would have their second attempt of the green white checkered, but oh wait, they threw that out the fucking way, and they have this overtime line, which is fucking stupid. I was stupid when it first came out, and I'm amazed that it lasted this long. If there was more stupid bullshit like this happening in 2016 or something like that, I would think more people would get pissed, but this is really the first big time in the Cup Series that this has actually happened. I guess in 2015 as well. But this is definitely like the first time it's happened. Well, obviously in almost 2 years, but still, it's never been a good idea. It's been stupid. I thought when it first came out, I thought it was going to be when it's the white flag and the drivers get past it, then when they wreck, they'll race to the checkered flag or something like that. But here, it's the exact opposite, where it's just you race for half the lap, and then if something happens, it's over. Like, how does this please anybody? If anybody's going to sit here and defend the overtime line, I'm going to have to really question just fucking why, because this does not please anybody. You're not even getting to the white fucking flag. Oh my god, it's horrible. So the race ends that way. Jimmy won because Jimmy's a fucking master of not choking, and he won. Ties Cale Yarborough. I wish he would have done it in a more interesting way than the fucking stupid overtime line. So when I get to an every win video of him, it's gonna be fucking awkward to edit. So that's fantastic. And yes, I am still gonna do that someday, but not anytime soon because he keeps winning every year. I'm gonna probably wait till he retires. But the overtime line is fucking stupid. It's not even like I'm a little bit upset Kyle lost, but I wish they would have had another attempt at a restart. Like when was the 3 green white checkered thing a bad idea? How? I think they implemented this stupid shit because of the Austin Dillon wreck at Daytona, which wasn't even like a second or third green white checker. It was the first one. And that's like a freak accident. Like, NASCAR is so randomly knee-jerk with reactions. Like, oh, 3 people died in like 2000, and we're not going to implement the safety device. We're just going to just slow the cars down. But oh, then this Tony Stewart fucking hits the outside wall, and the whole world's going to be like, oh my god, we need more safer barriers all over the place. Like, I mean, I'm obviously exaggerating, and that didn't happen, but you get the point. Like, they'll knee-jerk react to minor things, and then they'll knee-jerk react to things where it's like completely out of their control. Like, the Austin Dillon thing was just a freak accident. Oh god, it's so fucking stupid. And it was pointless. I probably would have been more pissed if I watched the entire race and have it end like that. But it's happened so much, and it's fucking I don't know what more to add, but that finish, the way that ended in that way, is so fucking bad that it'll take even a race rating of like a 7 or an 8 out of 10, and it just fucking just drops down to like a 6 or something, because that hurts a race. And I know like I'm harping a lot on the ending, but the ending of a race is what the lasting impact has. When people watch, the 2001 Atlanta race, most people talk about the finish and then the racing itself. Most people remember the ending of a race, and when shit like that happens, it really affects the middle and beginning part of it. It just affects, at least for me. So it definitely hurt it. So that's really the only thing that's going to be remembered. It's just the stupid ass finish, and it's so dumb. My God, I don't know. I don't even want more. It's just not needed. It's not wanted. And they always talk about how it's like, oh, they have unlimited restarts, but it's like, yeah, but like they're only gonna get to like half the fucking back straightaway, and then they're gonna wreck, and then it's over. Like very, very rarely do they wreck like immediately on like a restart or something like that. Normally it's always like on the white flag or coming off a 4. it's just dumb. I don't even know what more to describe of it. I'm going on too much about it, but it's really the only interesting thing I really have to say about it, because that's fucking a bad thing. I have more things to talk about when a race is bad than when, it's been good, which is, I don't know. That was just a waste. Even the bit I watched, that was still a waste. Also, my boy Dale Jr., who Greg Ives is normally good for being a crew chief, but this was a stupid fucking call by making Jr. go down pit road on that final restart to take tires. And it's like, Jr. is not the kind of fucking driver to be aggressive and to do crazy shit to make spots up. He's normally a freaking pussy. So why would you make him pit and put him in a situation where he has to be aggressive even though he normally isn't? He would have been better off just staying out. This is not in hindsight, I'm just saying, like, normally, like, he would have been better just staying out and just letting those last 2 laps fucking play out. He would have either finished 7th, 8th, 9th, or whatever, but he ended up getting 11th. And also, Daniel Suarez got 6th. He's the fucking master of bullshitting top 10s out, and I love it. And Daniel Badger got a top 10, by the way. I don't know, just that tire finish, that end, that was freaking stupid. I don't know. I got nothing more really to add. It just a race that was going to be about a pretty solid race turned into just above mediocre, just because that ending completely that was so bad. I hate the overtime line. It's so fucking stupid. I'm going to get going. I'll see you all later, and have a good day. We got Pocono next week, so hopefully it's not going to be the Clean Air 400 there, but it probably will. Have a good day.